Hello everyone, my name is Raquel Ellis. I am a junior social work major and I am currently enrolled in the Tuesday, Thursday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Social Work 300 Computer Applications Fall 2018. And I'm going to briefly talk to you about the Louisiana Slave Database. But before I get into that, I wanted to let you know how I was able to distribute and give you this information today. So basically throughout the semester, we have been using data. But not only just using it, we've been interpreting it, we've been analyzing the data, and we've been able to break down the data so we can better understand it and to tell someone else about the information in basically an elementary way. We have also been using the SPSS programming system, and now programming system is a program that you input your data and you receive an output of frequencies and crosstabs and so forth. Before I read this PowerPoint in front of me, I just want to give a little background about how this data is not just done by one researcher. It has been done by multiple researchers. There has been researchers and historians that have nitpicked this data. They have edited this data, added to the data, changed grammatical errors, and so forth. So it can be a legit, efficient, reliable data for today's students like us. So getting into my abstract, a historian named Gwendolyn Medlaw Hall, the publisher of the impeccable database, created the Louisiana Slave Database to show the census databases and spreadsheets. For my research, I use birthplace, language, age category, sex, and race. This database is a unique tool for studying the slaves as well as the population of Louisiana. The data consists of 107,000 entries documenting the people enslaved. Gwendolyn Medlaw Hall developed a lifetime document that will continue to raise questions and continues to be used among the educated. So, going to my introduction, numerous studies have been conducted on Louisiana slaves. The original documents were found in the courthouses and historical archives, focusing on multiple aspects such as language, birthplace, race, sex, age, levels of skills, physical illnesses, etc. The project lasts 15 years. The purpose of the data is to locate individual slaves who lived in Louisiana between years 1718 and 1820. So for the methods that were used for this data, the data is a compact disc publication that has census databases and spreadsheets by Paul Lanchess and Jeffrey and Virginia Gold. There are 99,000 plus records in 114 fields. To list a few of these fields, there were birthplace, where the slaves were born, sex, gender of slaves, race, racial designation of the slaves, and age category, age of slaves when supplied in age category. So for the results is basically discussing my three figures I have above here, these three little pictures, and I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So the results that were developed from my research in the Louisiana Slave Database were in Figure 1, 2, and 3. Figure 1 represents the birthplace of slaves. Burt was the highest valid percent with 8%, with Anglo the lowest at 0.3%. So this is Figure 1. I'll zoom in a little bit more for you guys to see. So if you see here, Burt is the highest at 8%, like I said. Anglo is the low percent, 0.3. Okay. And the lowest, so for my Figure 2, it is about the age categories that were indicated with unborn age groups, has a valid percent of 81.8%. The lowest of Figure 8 is the nursing and young population at 0.1% of valid percent. So I'm going to go and zoom back in for this. And I used a pie chart for this to represent this information. So here it shows that this is the unborn percentile. And then here this is the 0.1. Also here is 1.1, very small here for the lowest. Okay, excuse me. In Figure 3, I chose to input my data of gender of slave percentage. The female population is the highest group at 55.4%, with the male population having a 10.8% difference with the female population. Males fall below with 44.6%. There is approximately a 5.4 female to male ratio according to the graph. This database will be useful to use for research studies who intended to learn more. So here's displaying the percent of records for the genders of slaves. So here we have female and male. Okay, and in my conclusion, there are 5 areas I decided to use provided with in-depth research. Analyzing the data helped me understand how and why records were created. For my interpretive, birthplace was recorded to keep track of the slaves to know where they were deriving from, which represents their level of value. Language was recorded to show their dominant language that was spoken during the time. Age category was recorded to show the different levels of age that were enslaved. Sex was recorded to show the dynamic of 2 genders that slave owners gravitated towards more. Lastly, race was recorded to know their origin and or ethnicity of the slave, which will also have part in their birthplace. So here I just have my references, and I want to thank you for tuning in into my video lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.